Hey angels, so I really wanted to preface this video with this before we actually get into it, and I should have thought about it before, but it just slipped my mind. But I do want to say that part of this video will be about me sharing my coming out story, and I just want to give some discretion that it may be a bit much for some people. I don't know, maybe for younger people. I do think it's a story that a lot of younger people may be able to relate to. So if you are somebody who is younger, or if you are a parent potentially letting their child watch this, I try to make my page and all of my social medias as age inclusive as possible for anybody younger or older at my age, whoever it is. But please keep in mind that coming out stories and the topic of coming out can be seen as a bit more adult, and I am now an adult reflecting on my experiences as a child and as a teenager, so I do have a different perspective of what that looked like back then. So please keep that in mind as you get into the video. And you already have a teaser here. This is the final look of what the makeup that I'm going to do looks like. But please stay tuned if you want to watch the process and if you want to learn more about my coming out story and how Bratz has really affected my life positively in terms of my LGBTQ identities. Hey angels, it's Lookin' Bratz, but you can call me Dom. So, as you may have seen, my previous video was a review on the Bratz JimmyPaul Pride collaboration, the Roxy and Nevra dolls. And now I am filming back to back. I wanted to do a little makeup look inspired by Nevra's gorgeous, gorgeous makeup. And what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to use products from the Bratz Revolution collaboration that came out, I believe, exactly a year ago, now that I'm thinking about it, because I got the first PR package last June, so that is weird to think about. But I never fully got a chance to play around with the Revolution products. I used to really be into makeup about 2016, 2017, and then by 2018, 2019, that love fizzles out as my priorities got shifted a lot. And I really loved makeup at the time. I was really into trying out new makeup looks, and I was really influenced by a lot of beauty influencers at the time, and I really wanted to be in that realm, in that world. But I think now it's a little strange looking at how many of those people turned out to really not be great people. So I'm glad I didn't really get to step foot into the beauty realm. I'm just, I'm into makeup still, and I think makeup was a really important thing for me because it also helped me tie it into my love for Bratz, and it really helped me self-express in ways that I felt I really couldn't. And I'm really just excited to do this makeup look. I did do a face off camera. I put on some foundation, some concealer, I tried to contour a bit. I honestly think my lighting in this room is flushing me out just a bit, so please bear with me. And it's been a while since I've actually done makeup like this, so who knows how it's going to turn out, but bear with me. We are going to try our best today. When I first saw the Pride dolls, I really just loved Nevra's makeup look, and especially the eyeshadow. I think it is one of the most fun makeup looks I've seen on a Bratz doll. And I love it when they do, like, makeup looks that are really out of the box. So I'm super excited to try to put it on my face. So with the Revolution products, the only issue we might have is doing the lip. They didn't really release any purple lip glosses or anything that would really replicate this type of look, so that might be a struggle. And I do have a purple lipstick from another brand, but I don't know how old it is, so I don't really want to put it on my lips. These palettes are 12 months old, and I believe that's by the time you should use them, so we're using them now. I don't think makeup, even though that there is an expiration date on it, I still think it's good for a while after the fact. But, we're just gonna roll with it and see how this goes. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to check out the Pride review that I did last week. I don't know when you're going to see this, so we're going to say it was last week. So make sure to check that out. But for now, let's get into doing the makeup look. I have a lot of the stuff in this makeup bag, and I don't know if there's going to be much in this bag that we're going to use. I am going to pull out these eyeliners just in case. These were the Yasmin and Jade eyeliners. These could come in handy, so let's keep that out. We're going to take out the makeup brushes. I will use the makeup brushes from the first set. I also have the makeup brushes from the holiday set, so we will use those as well. Oh wow, I found a Bratz bracelet in here from Hot Topic. Oh, I was wondering where this Kolkaya bracelet went. Cool. I know where I've been storing my stuff. Oh wow, I thought I had the... Oh, I do. I have the mascara. So I have the Bratz Revolution mascara. This was the one thing that Revolution didn't send to me. I don't know if it was just them forgetting it. But I got everything else in the collection. So I ordered the mascara. And so I have the brushes from the Revolution holiday set. So we can also dip into these. Check those out. I never really got a chance to try out the brushes. I honestly don't know what palettes to use. I'm thinking Yasmin does have some nice like purples that we can get into. This is the original Yasmin palette. And I kept these little things because they're so cute. I'm going to look at each palette. Oh wow. You know, Chloe has some good shades. I like the shade Drama Mama on top. So that might come in handy. And Flaunt It is a good shade. Sasha. Potential in Sasha's palette. I don't know if I'm feeling any of Jade's shades. Even though Jade has my favorite palette, I think, out of the first line, I don't know if any of hers will be good. I also have the holiday line that Revolution sent me. Also, this video is not sponsored, but everything was sent to me for free. The dolls, the Pride dolls, and all of the makeup except for the mascara. So, not sponsored, but like sponsored? I don't know. Just PR. I do like the holiday palettes. Oh well, I'm not. Sasha's palette will not work out for this. Oh, I feel so bad. None of Jade's palettes actually have shades that will work out well. Although I love her. I love the designs of these palettes. These are so cute. Again, I think the lighting might be washing it out. Let's check the big palette. This is the 24 pan palette. Oh, there are definitely shades. Definitely shades in here that we can play around with to get the Nevra look. Yeah, so let me show you more of Nevra's look. So she has some like purple like in the inner corners like here. And then it sort of blends into this pink, and then she has blue eyelids, and then she has a sort of purple, again, fading into this pink on the lower lid, which I love. So I feel bad. I feel like none of Sasha's colors and none of Jade's colors are really going to go well with this look. So we are going to take a dip into possibly the regular Chloe and the regular Yasmin palettes. So everything on my face, like I'm primed, I'm foundationed, I'm whatnot, so I am just going to go in, but I would recommend priming your eyelids before doing something like this. It's a lot to have to look through 9 different palettes to like find out what you're trying to do. I probably should have prepped this a little bit, but I'm here discovering with all of you what to do. Actually, I might go into Sasha's holiday palette really quick. I would like to set down a lighter base on my eyes. So let me find a good brush. I'm going to go in with one of the brushes from the original sets. Well, from the original set. And, oof. I tapped it, there's a lot of powder. This is Cargo Pants from the Holiday Sasha palette, and I'm just going to go in on my eyelid and do like a lighter, like trying to sort of set the primer in a way. But also trying to see if we can make the colors really pop when we do this. I'll go under my eyes a little bit. Also, makeup artists, do not come for me. I am not a professional. We actually could use Sasha's palette. Like trying to put the palette up to her face to see what colors would really match well. I have to say, like, you cannot see my floor right now, but it is so satisfying to see all these palettes laid out. It reminds me of, like, I mean, they obviously are based off Bratz packaging, but also, like, the mini Bratz palettes that would come with the dolls, like the accessories, so that is really cute. Alright, I am going to go in with the Holiday Chloe palette, and I think I'm going to use the shade Treasures to just start us off, and really start off on the eyelid, like Nevra has here. She has the blue on her eyelids. I think I'm going to take that same brush from before and see how this performs with this shade. Oh wow. Okay. We're getting some blue on the eyelid. I'm definitely going to top that with a glitter or something. Oh wow, it really has been a while. It's on the inner corner of my eye. I'm gonna dust that off. It just kind of flung. Okay, we're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. Please. I've used, oh my god, this is super powdery. I've used Revolution before. I never really use their eyeshadows much. I do like their concealers. I love this collab in terms of like packaging and all the references they made for Bratz, and I thought it was a really cute collab. And I did want to use the makeup products sooner, but life kind of got in the way. We do have blue on our eyes. Not as pigmented as I had hoped. Maybe if I build it up a little bit. I feel like Nevra's blue is definitely a lot more, like, it pops more. And I'm getting blue eyeshadow everywhere. Okay, let me try to, like, I remember back when I was getting into makeup, the hack was to, when you were baking your concealer, you like kept the powder on so that anything that fell down would get on the powder and not on your face. But I don't know how effective that really was, and I feel like makeup has changed so much in a long time. So yeah, a long time. I feel like makeup has changed a lot in the past few years. There's always new trends coming out. There's always new things happening. Also, I forgot, the reason I really wanted to do this video was I wanted to talk a bit more about my coming out story. Because of the Pride dolls and because everything is Pride themed, I guess I'll just talk a bit more about how I came out and what that experience was like for me. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do this, do makeup and not get too distracted. But basically, I had a really weird coming out, and I felt like it wasn't the traditional coming out type of story, just because I feel like for some people it's a bigger deal, but I felt like for me, I don't know if it was minimized for some reason, or if maybe it just didn't have to be a big deal, but it was a very strange time in my life. And now that I'm thinking about it, I've been out for like 8-9 years, which is so weird to think about. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the with this little like brush here. I like to use it for blending the corners. And I'm going to go into the shade, let's try the shade, I'm gonna be hesitant, Beauty Mark from the original Yasmin palette, and I'm gonna maybe see if I can use that as a sort of transition shade. But yeah, I felt like it was very weird. Like, I knew, ooh, that's pigmented. That was more than I expected. I don't even know how to describe this. I always known that I like was into like boys and men, but it wasn't something I really like fully like formed in my head until I was about 14. Because I didn't really, not that I thought being gay was taboo, but I just, for some reason, I felt like me being gay didn't make sense, which is kind of funny because I've always been into like feminine things and I was always into dolls, and I'm also just kind of just like trying to blend that out a little bit. It looks a little like muddy. I don't know if that makes sense. But I was always into dolls. I was always into like girls things. I remember when I was maybe like 7 years old, I was in the second grade and I was moving out of my mother's ex-boyfriend's house. So this was going into third grade. But I believe at the end of second grade, I really started to develop a crush on Tommy from the Power Rangers. If you don't remember Power Rangers, he was the Green Ranger and then the White Ranger, I believe, and then he was also on some of the spin-offs. And I really loved Power Rangers at the time, but I didn't understand that I had a crush on him. So I had this VHS tape, and I bought this VHS tape from Toys R Us with my mother when I was that age, and I the cardboard part of the VHS tape I cut out. Oh, for context, this was like a workout video that he did back in the day, like in the 90s, and it was at Toys R Us. I don't know why, but I got it and I cut out the little cardboard piece where his like face was on it, and I would sleep with it under my pillow every night. And that's a little embarrassing to admit, but I also think it's a little integral to sort of understanding where I understood, or like the early parts of my sexual identity coming to the forefront in my life. And I remember, like, going to tie this into makeup and stuff. I was on the playground of my elementary school, and there was a That's So Raven lip gloss just left behind, and for some reason I took it home and I wore it, and that's probably really nasty looking back at it, like germy and gross. And that was something else I would hide like under my pillow. And I don't know, when we were moving, I don't know if my mom found it because I wasn't there for the moving process. I was actually visiting my family in California while she helped, get everything out of the house. And I was only like 6 or 7, so I didn't really understand. And I don't know if she ever found that stuff. I feel like it would have been like hard to miss, or maybe it just got thrown around in all the chaos of moving. But that was like the earliest remembrance of me being interested in the same sex. So, a little embarrassing, but it happened, so you can't really argue with that. And it certainly explains a lot about, me being gay. So I don't really like the way this is looking, and I'm a little scared for the final look. I can't lie. I cannot lie to you. I'm trying to... Oh, okay. So there's actually 2 shades in this Holiday Yasmin palette that I'd like to use. The first one we're going to try is Off the Shoulder. So I'm going to dip into that. And I'm really trying to now get the outer, like really like getting that out there, the way Nevra has it. And then maybe dragging that under my eye a little bit. I'm really praying that all of these colors go well together. And then I used to have a crush on this boy in elementary school, but I don't know if I understood that it was a crush. And I think I attached to some of my male friends in a weird way where I don't know if it was necessarily me having a crush on them, but it may have been. So that is something I think about in my early days before actually coming out of the closet. And then I want to say around, I'm going in with this brush, by the way. I don't know. I'm trying something. It's like a little liner brush. It's not too bad. Yeah. I haven't done makeup in a really long time. And I feel like I kind of want to like blend that out there a little bit more. But yeah, by middle school, I don't know if I had crushes on girls, but I was interested in some girls, and I don't know if that was pressure from my male friends, like just general, like, oh, like, like you should date this girl, or like, I feel like she'd be like interesting for you. And I'm like, we were in middle school, so there wasn't like a lot of dating. I felt like there was a lot of dating, but like now looking back at it, I'm like, middle school, high school relationships like barely are like count. So I had some crushes on some girls, I guess, and I even dated a girl my freshman year of high school. But there was always this one guy, and I was a freshman, he was a sophomore, and he was a I don't know if he was openly gay, but it was a thing where you could really like tell that someone was gay, and he is gay. So that was the tea on that. And so I started to notice that I was very physically attracted to him, and whenever I had the chance to talk to him, I would get all like nervous, and I'd be like, oh my goodness. And then I really just I sat down, not sat down. I was laying down in bed one night, and I just thought to myself, I'm like, you like boys. Just like an inner monologue. I was like, you like boys. And it was something I just had to come to terms with, I think, in that moment, and I think I just was. Okay, I might look like a clown right now. But so might Nevra. So we'll be twin clowns. Bratz twins. Clowns. Yeah, and I was like, whoa, like I'm like actually like attracted to him, and I laid down that one night and I was like, you are bisexual. And that was how I came to terms with that. And obviously at the end of the day, like I am not bisexual, like I am definitely gay. But I think bisexual was a way for me to make myself feel better, and that's not the case for everyone. Like, that is not the case for all bisexual people, because there are like actual like bisexual people, but I think for a lot of young gay people, it can be a sort of gateway to understanding their actual like being fully attracted to men. But I also think sexuality is on a very weird spectrum. Wow, I feel like I look a little crazy, but that's okay. I also feel like it doesn't look bad for my first time doing eyeshadow in 2 years. Woo, 2 years, and I'm here trying to do eyeshadow on camera for a YouTube video. Are you kidding me? So I just like, like I was like, how many times am I gonna say like during this video? Let's figure that out. I was like, yeah, you like boys and you like girls, and that's okay. And I just kept it to myself. But then I broke up with that girl in high school. Like it was such a dumb relationship. I don't know why it happened. And she's like really cool now. Like we're friendly. But she was super duper religious, and that was something I was not. And the whole relationship felt very elementary school, middle school type relationship, which makes sense because we were just freshly in high school. But I was like, this isn't for me, especially when I knew I was attracted to this boy. So I just came to terms with that, and then I really wanted to like get his attention, and I was really interested in him. And obviously that like never like actually panned out, but I was friends with his friends, and I like came out to like those people to see like to see if maybe he might be interested. And then I started to slowly come out to my friends, and I came out as bisexual. Never like actually as gay, but I actually like I never explicitly said. I never like had an explicit like coming out moment, I guess, if that if I'm explaining that correctly. And I never really became public with coming out until something that happened with my mother. So, Mom, I know you're probably watching this, so I'm sorry to even talk about this. Going into my sophomore year of high school, I had started to get over that boy that I liked during my freshman year, and I was out to basically all my friends, and then I. This is really bad to talk about. I met a boy on the internet, and he was like maybe 2, 3 years older than me, and really just like not a good idea. Like, I do not advise anybody to do that. I think it can be very risky stuff. It can be very unsettling. Looking back at it now as an adult, I don't think I should have done that as a kid. So I totally, fully acknowledge that. So if you are a young LGBT person, please be careful with who you meet on the internet, especially because there are a lot of predators out there. So please keep yourself safe. I know you probably hear it a lot from your parents or from peers, and it's not a thing to nag you, it's really a thing to warn you and to keep you safe, even if you meet some really great people on the internet. And I know I have, because I made a lot of friends within the Bratz community, but just make sure that you're really being safe and don't really meet up with these people unless you are an adult and you can make your own decisions, but never like try to be sneaky about things or just, doing that kind of stuff, because it's not always the best. And I thankfully never had any really bad situations, because I never really met anybody from the internet in real life until I met people from the Bratz community. But I don't think me going online talking to that boy was really a smart idea. And he was from Canada, so I was like, who am I kidding? Like, am I gonna start a relationship with somebody in Canada? Especially when I was barely 15. I think I was still 14 when I did that. But anyways, I was messaging this boy on Facebook, and I guess I left my account open on the computer, which was shared by my family, and my mom saw it, and she wasn't mad at me, but she was more concerned that I was acting this way, and she confronted me about it, which at the time I wasn't a big fan of, but really, you can't turn back time, you can't change things, so that's in the past. And ultimately, I'm kind of glad she did it, because it allowed me to open up to her, and we talked about it, and then she understood that I was having these feelings for men, for the male sex. So that really was how I came out to my mother, and then I asked her to, by the way. She spoke to my grandmother and my great aunt, may she rest, who was living with us at the time, and they didn't really care, I think. I don't know. My grandmother may have made a comment. I don't know, because she's unhinged sometimes. At the end of the day, everybody was really accepting, and by my sophomore year, I was out to just about everybody, and it wasn't a matter of me having to verbally come out. It was just, I guess, I was gay. There was no other way of looking at it. So, I mean, I'm happy that I was privileged to have that acceptance, and I know a lot of people don't get that. So I really lucked out, I think. I'm going to use this brush to death because I like this brush. And I am going to go now into the shade Tube Top, and I'm going to put that in the corners, like the inner eyelid there, to really mesh that blue and that sort of pinky shade. So pray for me, y'all, because Nevra has this very lately. Okay, this may work out. This may work out. But yeah, I experienced a lot. I got a lot out of life at that point, because I wasn't hiding who I was, and I thought that was really great for me. And there were some people who hated. Like, you can't get away from those people. But for the most part, I felt like my high school experience wasn't bad, and honestly, I felt like it maybe improved after I came out. Because it's just, you can be I got to be free. I got to, do what I wanted as a young gay man. Not like do what I wanted, but I got to, like have the experience of like dating in high school, which a lot of young LGBT people just aren't afforded because they have to stay in the closet for different reasons. And it's really sad that we're still at a point where it has to be like that for some people. And, coming out isn't an option for everybody. And it can really be mentally debilitating because I know during my time of like trying to figure out my sexual identity, I felt like it was very mentally debilitating. And just to finally, get to just live my life a little bit in high school, I felt like was really great. And yeah, people were rude sometimes, but I don't know. I feel like I never let anybody else win in terms of just being rude people. How does that look? Be honest. Oh, I feel like I need to like blend something out here. And I just don't have enough like brushes from this collaboration. Try this little highlighting brush. Please, you're gonna watch me struggle. I just felt like this needs to be like, and that purple got just a little bit patchy. Okay, I feel like this is actually blending it out quite a bit. Okay, we're gonna go back in with this brush because I really want to get the right there. And then here, I just felt like it got patchy in this eyelid, which might just be my little eyelid wrinkles not helping. But I do feel like I color match pretty well. Also, did I say this was tube top? I think I did. The thing I don't miss about makeup is that I feel like I always end up doing more on this one eye than I do on this eye. It might just be me. It might be my depth perception. I don't know. But I always feel like this eye ends up looking bigger and like more blended out than this eye. I'm going to find some more non-revolution brushes to see if I can really try to blend things out, especially in my inner corners, because it's looking a little like patchy and weird there, and I need to like really go in there. I just gotta look in the mirror, and I actually do like it. Like, I like the way it's looking so far. I think I just need to blend it out a little bit more, and it's going to look much better. Sorry, I just got really close up to the camera. I'm also just using like I'm picking up palettes and using the mirrors. So I brought my whole little brush carousel. It says "Good morning, gorgeous." I got this at a Christmas tree shop, and I thought it was cute. It is cute, but a little like of its time, which was like 3 years ago. Okay, I'm gonna use this little blending brush that I have, and I'm really gonna try to blend this in. Please, please. Okay, she's doing something. But yeah, I really just got to experience being gay and being happy and being supported and loved by the people around me. None of my friends ever really put up an issue with it, and if they did have an issue with it, they never really made it known. And honestly, if they did have an issue with it, then that's on them. I really genuinely think if your friend is truly your friend, if your loved one is really a loved one and they love you, then they will not care about what your sexual identity is. So if you have those people in your life and you are able to, cut them out. Like, I know for stability reasons, a lot of people cannot do that, so don't cut them out if that's the case. But otherwise, the people around you who genuinely love you will not care if you are gay, lesbian, trans. They will love you for who you are if they genuinely, truly love you. And anybody in my family or anybody in general who has an issue with it, they're not a part of my life. Because they don't deserve the right to be part of my life. Why would I keep somebody hateful in my life? What palette was I using? But yeah, and the same thing with dolls, and I said this in my Q&A video. people cannot respect your doll collecting and not support you and not be happy for you, again, bye. Bye. I'm gonna go back into Off the Shoulder from the Yasmin Holiday palette. And I'm just gonna like, actually I should do it more on this eye. Oh, whoa, 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 that color just came out. Huh, get it, came out. I'm feeling like this side looks a little bit more purple. Nevra, how did you do it? She's not talking to me. Alright, so I really want to brighten this up. And I think the best way will be to use a shimmer. And I think I'm hesitating. I think I'm going to use Denim Jacket from the Holiday Chloe palette. And I think I'm just going to dip my finger in that. Just going on my eyelid. Oh wow. That's a beautiful shimmer. You see that? I think that's helping. I don't like doing shimmers with brushes as much for my eyes. I think that helps a lot. I think it looks a little bit more true to Nevra's look. And trust me, coming out is not an easy process. Everyone comes out in their own time. Everyone should be able to come out on their own terms, even though it's not always the way it is. Let's try to pack that on. But I think at some point everybody really deserves the right to be happy. Especially, I mean, LGBT people really deserve the right to be happy, because it's really hard. And even, you know, we might have months dedicated to us, we might have corporations rooting for us in the month of June, but at the end of the day, it still doesn't take away the hardships that we go through. It doesn't really fix a lot. It helps us become more visible, I think. But when we are still being killed and we are still being harassed and abused and going through all these like really heinous things, I don't know. I feel like there's so much more to be done. And Pride Month is great, and having products for Pride and having corporations support it, even if it's just a month, is great. But there's still so much more to be done. Still so much work in the LGBT community itself. And it's heartbreaking to think that there are so many young LGBT people who can't live their lives really to the fullest, especially during the developmental years. It's difficult. It's really difficult. So I feel very blessed and grateful that I was able to be out for a majority of my teenhood. And even if the circumstances of me coming out weren't the total best, and I don't know, I felt like with a lot of movies and shows and like YouTube videos, I used to, before I came out, I would watch coming out videos, and they used to make me cry, because there was always some like big thing of like coming out to like friends and family. But I didn't really have that, and I don't know if I needed it or wanted it, but it was something I almost expected because of the media. But I'm really grateful that I was able to just have that experience, and I think dating was such a big thing in high school, and being able to, you know, have a partner in high school, even if none of my relationships from high school lasted. I was a big mess after my first breakup in high school, and I don't know, like, it wasn't the best experience, but I got to have that experience, the same person, what am I saying? I got to have that experience the same way a straight person would. Maybe not the exact same, because dating in the LGBT community is difficult. Let me tell you, even as an adult, I can't tell you it gets better, but it's, you know, it's life. And I'm happy to now be out and proud as an adult and not feel the need to hide who I am, because I don't know where I'd be now if I had never been able to come out of the closet. And I think not being able to come out younger can lead to a lot of more issues psychologically, physically, for adults than, growing up. So it's a toss-up. I think me coming out was a plus. It might not be for the next person, so who knows. So if you're LGBT, I really want you to know that if you're in a situation where you feel like you're not loved or accepted, please know that there are people who do love and accept you, and even if they're not in your immediate life right now, they will come about eventually. You just have to be patient, and I know the saying, "it gets better," is really corny and sometimes tacky, but sometimes it really does get better. And just believe in your future and believe in yourself, and just know that as long as you're willing to, your situation is going to improve. And if there's nobody in your life, real life, who loves and accepts you, know that there are billions of people in the world. No, yeah, billions, who will. And there's people on the internet. I love that the Bratz community has been able to really connect me with other LGBT collectors, and has helped me understand different perspectives within the LGBT community and the different lived experiences of, trans people, people of color within this community. That's really why I love Bratz. I felt like Bratz was always about individuality and self-expression and being true to yourself, and that was always the message that I got from Bratz. So for them to go out and do a Pride collection, even if it's 21 years into the brand, I still think it's a super revolutionary thing, because it is the first same-sex couple, I believe, to be on the market as a fashion doll. And I never really knew if I'd see the day that would happen. So as an LGBT collector, it's just heartwarming to have these dolls, even though Roxy's not here right now. I just have Nevra. Yeah, who would have thought? I certainly didn't think that after 8-9 years of being out of the closet that I would be able to have this moment where not only am I running this huge Bratz website and doing social media stuff, that I'd be getting PR for dolls that I can identify with. So I'm just really grateful and happy that I've been able to have this opportunity to be here talking with you and to do this makeup look on camera for you right now. So I think maybe we should finish it. I don't like when I move my eyelids up, it looks a little funny. But maybe that's just me being very hypocritical of myself. I feel like with Nevra, she maybe smoked it out a bit more up. I could try to attempt that. I'm going back in with this big brush. Never mind, I'm going back in with this white one. I do feel like everything blended better with when I brought in some new brushes. Oh, but now I have that blue glitter everywhere. I'm gonna dip back into the shade Treasures, and I'm gonna just try to get more of my... Okay. Right there. Right there. Maybe pack it on top of the shimmer. Oh. Oh, you see that? Oh, okay. Okay. That is the Never Blue, I think. But now I'm like, I need to dip back into... No. Wrong palette. Wrong Yasmin palette. I'm going to dip back into Tube Top. And just really try to deepen that. Right there. Right there. Maybe blend it in a little bit more with the blue. Maybe I'm just doing too much right now. But I also think Nevra did a little too much. I like it. I like it. I like that. I like that. I'm looking in the monitor. That's why I'm like, hello. Nevra does have a little bit of a highlight, so I think I'm going to try to do that highlight above the brow bone, maybe in the inner corner. I'm just going to take this big brush. I'm going to wipe off some of that glitter. 'Cause, woo, that glitter, that shimmer shade. Honestly, I have to say, not bad for somebody who hasn't done makeup in a longish time. I do wear makeup very casually. Like, maybe I'll wear a little bit of like a nice lightweight foundation. I do like this shade Regal from that holiday palette, but I'm gonna look elsewhere. You know what? We're actually Jade, you're in luck, baby girl. The regular Jade palette, I like the shade Coolness. Just gonna dip my finger in that. I'm gonna go right there, right there, right there, on the brow bone. I look crazy, don't I? Be honest with me. I might be a little bit unhinged right now. Please don't mind me. I am a 23-year-old man applying makeup on a YouTube channel, and I haven't done makeup in years. This is the first time I'm doing it, and it's on camera. And I have not eaten yet, which is not a good idea. I'm gonna take it, and I'm going to put it in my inner corner. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Not bad. I'm getting blue everywhere, though. It kind of works, though. It kind of works, though. I think the solution here may be to connect the blue. Okay, yeah, there we go. Connecting the blue to the purple to the pink on the bottom as well as a top, even though it's not an exact copy of what Nevra is doing. I think it works really nicely. I do like how the shade is Treasures from the Chloe palette, and it really reminds me of Treasures Chloe, like her top that she came with and just her overall color scheme. So good job to Revolution and MGA, because I know a lot of people at MGA came up with the names as well. So love that. I think this looks pretty, like, decent. I think it looks pretty decent. Like, I'm sorry. Twin? She didn't like that. Now, for the lip look, I don't know what to do. Honestly, I don't know if I should be doing more with the eye look, but I want to leave it alone. Also, I never really have done makeup with my facial hair. I grew up my facial hair in 2019, and I think actually last time I did my makeup like this, and it looked really good. I looked gorgeous, by the way. I love that makeup look. Let me put a picture right here so that you can get in on that goodness, because I actually like really loved what I did. And I had facial hair, so this is like my second time doing it with facial hair, and it's a different experience. But also, we are bending and messing with the gender norms, and that's something I love about the LGBT community today, is that there's a lot more willingness to really break gender norms, and there's been a lot of discussion around gender identity. And I felt like when I was growing up and figuring out my sexual identity, there wasn't a lot of discussion about that, at least in, like, you know, wherever I was in that point in my life. But now it's a lot about, like, you know, exploring gender fluidity and being non-binary and transness, and I really love that discussion, because I do to an extent feel like I can fall into the non-binary category, but I don't fully identify with it. Like, it's a really weird toss-up, and that can just be something for me to explore on my own. But I do feel comfortable in my masculinity, but I also feel really comfortable in my femininity. But I still feel like I do identify as male. But, you know, who knows? Everybody's evolving, everybody's figuring out their stuff. But what should I do for a lip? That is the question. Oh, let's not forget to do some mascara. I feel like, actually, should I do eyeliner? Because I do have the eyeliner. But I'm also gonna like wash this off as soon as the video's done. It's almost midnight as I'm filming this. Like, I would have filmed it on another night, but I was like, if I am filming the Pride review, I may as well film this right after. Especially because I wanted to wear the Bratz hoodie that I got off of Amazon. I don't know if I like this shade though. I am going to break the rules. And I'm going to use ColourPop because I bought these liners last year and they are so cute, and it came in this cute little pouch. And I'm not sponsored. I don't have a contract with anybody, so I'm going to use a ColourPop liner. Should I use the purple? I didn't use these yet. Oh. Where did it go? Oh, okay, there's still some in there. It just popped off. I guess it was broken. Good. I think that might look good. This is the shade Piggy Bank, even though it doesn't look like a piggy bank to me. And I'm just gonna go in with it. I don't know if I like this. Something else like that freaks me out sometimes is my waterline. I haven't done this in a while. Woo! Let me just say, last year when I got the Revolution makeup, I was so excited, and I got a hit post out of that. I think I got a few hit posts, but I really love the one where on my arm, I drew the Bratz eye with using just the Revolution makeup, because people really like that, and this girl got it tattooed on her arm, so that was a major moment for me, and I loved that. I want to do more of that. I want to draw more Bratz stuff, and I want to, maybe I'll use makeup. Or maybe I'll just do more makeup on myself. How about that? I'm taking this purple shade and I'm trying to line my waterline. Oh, I think that really does look really good, actually. I would use the Kohl eyeliner pencils from Revolution, but I feel like these colors are a bit more vivid and will make the eyes pop more. I have to get really close. I just stabbed myself in the eye with this pencil. It wasn't a pleasant experience. Quite homophobic, if you ask me. I'm crying. I'm emotional. Trigger warning, emotional. I'm going to try the blue one as well, and I'm going to do it more in the inner corners to match up with the blue portions of my eyes. I bought this makeup, bought the Lizzie McGuire makeup from ColourPop last year, and I like barely touched it. And it was because of nostalgia. I love Lizzie McGuire. I love Hilary Duff. Oh, I love that. That's actually quite cute. I don't know how these liners wear over time. I'm certainly not going anywhere looking like this right now, so I won't be able to test that. I also don't know how this makeup will wear over time if it were to be worn out. But I really wanted to do something with the Revolution makeup because it felt like it was overdue. I felt like it was overdue, and I don't know if I would have done it last year because I wasn't in the best place. And I don't know, there was some stuff with my mental health and the way I viewed myself physically. I just wasn't really into my physical appearance at the time, and I'm feeling better now, of course. Sorry, I keep looking at myself in the monitor to see if I really genuinely truly like what I look like at this moment. I'm going to take my little brow brush. I used to fill in my brows a little bit, but now I'm at a really good place with my brows. I love my brows, and so do other people. So I just brush them out. I don't even do anything to them. And now I'm going to take my mascara, which I never tried this out. I don't think I ever even opened this. I'm sniffing the mascara. I'm curious. I really loved the eyeliner pen from Revolution that they came out with for the Bratz collection. It was just a basic eyeliner, black eyeliner pen, but it was really good, actually. I mean, I'm acting like I don't still have it. I think I bought an extra one, actually, because of how much I enjoyed it. Although, truthfully, I don't know how it would do on the eyes, but I don't know. I would give y'all a wing or something, but I don't want to ruin this. It's been a minute since I've done a wing. You know what? I really want to get back to doing stuff like this. This mascara is a little sticky. I'd love to get back into doing makeup and doing art because I really love to do art, and I feel like that's why I also got to experiment with colors and color palettes. That actually does look kind of pretty. I mean, it's looking a little crusty, but my eyes are kind of like popping. I don't know, what do you think? My camera's gonna die. I'm praying this video isn't long. I'm gonna look down and it's actually not gonna be midnight, it's gonna be 2 a.m. I got a really cute message. It was very kind. Someone sent me an email and I don't know why. It's a very random email. Sometimes I get very random emails. It's hard when you're like looking Bratz, I guess. I don't know. Alright, really quickly, we are gonna do a highlight. And I think Halo is a really cute highlight shade. This is from the bigger palette. Okay, yeah, I like that. Oh, I haven't done highlighter in a long time. Oh, that's gorgeous. It's like not too much, it's not too little. I'm feeling a little snotty right now with my nose. I've been a little sick. So I think just to keep things short and not get complicated, I'm not going to do a lip color. I think I'm just going to use the Sasha shade from the Bratz Revolution Holiday Lip Vault. And this is a nice clear shade. I don't believe these are the pumping glosses like the other ones from the first collection, but this is a clear shade. It has some glitter. Nevra has very purple shimmery lips. I don't think I can mess with lipstick right now. Oh, it has a very nice vanilla taste to it. When you put it on though, like I don't see the glitter as much. But it does feel very good. I'm into that. But yeah, that's the look. That's it. There's not much else I can do, can I? Really like the way it turned out, actually. It's not my best work, and I'm certain there's a lot of people who might be watching this being like, you look crazy. I think I did a pretty decent job. This will be my little screen cap now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe. Please like this video. I really want to keep doing more videos on YouTube. If you have any ideas of videos I could do, I already have some like in the back of my mind. But if you have any, please feel free to express them in the comment section or send me a message if I see it, because I have a bunch of requests that I just have not sorted through. Thank you so much for watching again. Thank you again to MGA for sending the Pride dolls. I love Nevra so much. This doll is gorgeous. Just gorgeous and amazing, and I love her. It's such an amazing collection. And I'm also excited because tomorrow, because I am at June 15th and you might be in the future, but tomorrow, June 16th, is when JimmyPaul actually reveals the clothing and everything that he created for the collection. So I am super excited to see what he has done, and I really hope that everyone watching this maybe can find something in my story that they enjoyed or that they related to, or something that might inspire them to do something in their lives. I don't know what, but thank you again for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, here on YouTube. What else do I got? Facebook. I got Facebook. It's all Lookin' Bratz. LOOKINBRATZ. Lookin' Bratz. And go to lookinbratz.com. That is my pride and joy. So thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope you like my makeup look. And if you do it, then, tag me or something and show me how you interpreted it. And I kind of want to do Roxy's because she does have a really cool makeup look, but I don't know if I want to mess with that glitter just yet. And it also feels like it's not as like in your face like Pride, but Yes. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you all have a lovely day, evening, night, whatever it is for you. And I'll see you all later. Stay styling.